Taking time now to settle the body, sitting in a comfortable position with the hands on the knees in a mudra of your choice. Spine is straight, head and neck are aligned with the spine, and the shoulders are back and down, but relaxed, opening up the heart space. Eyes and mouth are lightly closed. And just take a few moments now just to settle and take a long, deep inhalation. And as you exhale, release all the events of the day. Separate yourself from the day with the exhalation. And take another long, deep inhalation now. And this time when you exhale, release all of the interactions, conversations that you've had today, whatever form they may have taken. Once again, just let them all go. And take another long, deep inhalation. And this time, on the exhalation, release any thoughts or feelings of obligation of things you need to do outside of the class. And just allow yourself the gift of being right here and right now. There's nothing else you need to do at this present moment. And returning to the natural breath. And bring the awareness to the eyebrow center. And at this space, visualize a steady candle flame. And visualize the glow and the warmth of that candle flame emanating throughout the body, reaching the mind and every cell. And with this visualization in mind, we'll now chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti and the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our tradition and to each other. Breathing in first for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinadvaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. And just still remaining in a sitting position with the eyes closed. The theme for our class today will be on nourishment. And nourishment can mean different things to different people, but really it's such a personal thing. So think about throughout the class what nourishes you and what you need at this moment in terms of what your body needs, what your mind needs, and your spirit. And just focus on that as we complete the practices. So we'll begin either, you can either sit in Vajrasan or in Parambic Sthiti with the legs out in front of the body, or whatever works for you. And we'll begin first with shoulder rotations. So bringing the arms out in front of the body with the palms facing up, place the right hand on the right shoulder and the left hand on the left shoulder, bringing the elbows together in front of the body. And keeping the eyes closed if you can throughout this practice to really withdraw the senses and focus the awareness on the shoulder joints and the shoulder blades. So inhaling, bringing the elbows up, back and down behind the body. And then bringing the elbows in front of the body again. So you're inhaling as you bring the elbows up, exhaling as you bring them down. 5 rounds in each direction. Really slowing it down and just allowing this practice to release any feelings of stress or tension in the shoulders where we carry a lot of stress. In your own time, when you've completed 5 rounds in each direction, just come back to the base position. You can either have the hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away, or just sitting up straight with the hands on the knees and just taking some time to observe the effects of the practice. Sometimes nourishment can just mean slowing right down and really witnessing what's happening. Taking that time to allow yourself to focus on what's really happening for you. Our next practice will be neck rotations. Again, another way to release any tension or stress in the neck, which we can often sort of clench our jaw and sometimes we're tighter there than we actually really know or register. So for this practice, just check your alignment. Your head and neck's aligned with the spine and the spine is straight. With this one too, please be very gentle, particularly with the first few rounds, and just make sure the movements are very smooth to avoid any sort of jerkiness or anything on the neck. But inhale, and then when you exhale, bring the chin to the chest, feeling that stretch in the back of the neck, and then bring the right ear towards the right shoulder without pushing or straining. Inhale, bringing the head behind to where is right for you. Then bringing the left ear to the left shoulder, exhaling as you bring the chin to the chest again. Now complete up to 5 rounds in each direction. Again, slowing right down, observing and placing the consciousness into the neck and observing the effects of the practice. And again, once you finish in your own time, come back to the base position and just be still and witness what's happening within the body and also within the mind. Our next practice will be Tatali Asana, so bringing the feet in front of the buttocks, then placing the soles of the feet together, hands around the feet, and sitting up straight. Then bringing the knees as you exhale towards the floor, allowing the hips to open. Inhale, bringing the knees back towards the arms. Complete 10 slow rounds of this practice. And again, closing the eyes, placing the awareness in the hip joint. And after your final round, coming back to the base position. This time, place the hands behind the back with the fingers pointing away. And just taking some time here to be still and observe. And now we'll come on to the hands and the knees for Madhyarayasana. Again, a really nice practice that's quite nourishing by releasing the back. So making sure first that the hands are directly below the shoulders and the knees are directly below the hips and the head is in a neutral position. Inhale, bringing the head up, arching the back down so the abdomen's pointing towards the floor and stretching through the arms, feeling that stretch. Exhale, bringing the head between the arms, arching the back up and also stretching through the arms. Complete 5 rounds of this practice, again moving very slowly and smoothly. And after your 5th round, coming to Shashankasana, the child posture. And we're going to be here for a little while just to really turn inward and release. And you can either have your hands out in front of the body with the forehead on the floor, or you can have the hands towards the feet. If you have low blood pressure, please keep the hands above the head. So put your head on your fists, but whatever works for you, just relax in that position. really release the body into the floor. So if you need to take an deep inhalation and then exhale, allow the body to release. If your hands are out in front, bring them beside the feet now. Still with the forehead on the floor, we're going to raise our buttocks and place the top of the head on the floor. Be very careful with the neck for this practice. So raising the buttocks so that the top of the head is on the floor, feeling that pressure point. And hold for 3 breaths. And then come back down into Shashangasana. Now, very gently come up and we'll go onto the back in Shavasana. Just now take some more time just to observe what's happening from the practices that we've done. They've been very gentle, but still have made even a subtle impact. Now bring the feet in front of the buttocks. And again, this is the bound angel pose. So bringing the feet, the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to fall towards the floor and just stay in this position with the arms beside the body, with the palms facing up, and just allowing the hips just to open, focusing on the natural breath. And now bring the knees together and place the hands either with the arms out at shoulder height or behind the head. As long as the elbows can touch the floor. Inhale, and then when you exhale, bring the knees together over to the right and turn the head to the left. And still breathe in this position. And allow the body just to ease into it with each exhalation, feeling that spinal twist. Then inhale, knees to center and head. Then exhale, knees to left, head turn to the right. And again, just staying in the position. complete another 4 rounds. And you can go at your own pace, whatever works for you, whatever your body needs right now. When you've completed, come back into Shavasana. We're going to stay in Shavasana for pranayama and then move into Yoga Nidra. So if you need anything right now in terms of coverings or cushion or anything, please get that now. This will be a smoother transition for you. So allowing the body to settle in Shavasana and just observing the natural breath. And also observing how the body feels after all of the practices that we've done so far. We've really focused on opening the hips, releasing the shoulders and the neck. We've focused on releasing the spine. And now we're going to focus on the breath. The practice we'll complete is Viloma, but in Shavasana. And so with Viloma, it's a staggered breath. So we'll begin by first staggering the inhalation. So it's a full yogic breath where you inhale through the nostrils into the abdomen and then pause. Continue the inhalation as you fill the lungs with air and then the upper chest with air. So it's pausing at the abdomen, pausing at the chest, and then completing the inhalation to the upper chest. And then it's one long, unbroken exhalation. So we'll do that 5 times, and then we'll switch and do a long, unbroken inhalation, and then staggered exhalation where you Release the air from the top of the chest, pause, release the air from the chest, pause, and then complete the exhalation. And this practice helps to regulate the breath, increase the lung capacity, but also it helps you to still the mind, which I think is often the most nourishing thing that we need. And again, taking your own time to complete this practice, because everyone's lung capacity and breath control is different. But when you've completed it, please then just return to the natural breath. And now we'll prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. So just ensuring you have everything you need and that there's balance between the left and the right sides of the body. Legs are hip width apart with all tension released from the legs and the feet, allowing them just to flop to the sides. Arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. And the head and neck are aligned with the spine. So you may like to just tuck in your chin a little just to check. Again, eyes and mouth are lightly closed. And take a long, deep yogic breath in. And on the exhalation, just releasing the body into the floor. And again, another long, deep inhalation. This time, releasing any remaining tension in the body. Taking careful consideration of the face. So releasing any expression on the face, any tension in the jaw, any tightness in the muscles behind the eyes. Just let it all go. And feel the body's contact against the floor. First, feel the back of the feet and the legs against the floor. So the heels and the legs and the buttocks, feel their contact with the floor. Feel the back against the floor and the vertebrae of the spine and that slight pressure with their contact against the floor. Feel the back of the hands and the arms against the floor. Feel the shoulders and also the back of the neck and the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact really make one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. Become aware now of sound and listen first for sounds that are far off in the distance. Don't try and name or identify the sounds in any way. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next as you hear it. Move the sound awareness now a little closer to the sounds outside the room where you are. Again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. Now move the sound awareness to sounds inside the room where you are. And now move the sound awareness to inside the body, beginning first with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now move the sound awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. Listen to my instructions, and when I say the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin first with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And moving now to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And moving now to the back of the body with the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. And moving now around to the base with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the eyes, the ears, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbone, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Release the body rotation now and bring the awareness back to the natural breath, observing how subtle the natural breath has now become, and also observing the rise and fall at the navel as it responds to the natural breath. And now, I'd like you to add a visualization to the natural breath in the following way. On the inhalation, visualize that you are inhaling through the soles of the feet right to the top of the head. So the inhalation spreads and moves throughout the entire body, And when you do this, visualize that the breath coming through the soles of the feet, going right through the body, is green, nourishing, healing light, healing every cell in the body, healing the mind, and healing the spirit. On the inhalation, on the exhalation, you will exhale from the top of the head right through the body and out through the soles of the feet, releasing anything that does not serve you, whether that is worry, illness, pain, fear, whatever it may be, you release it on the exhalation. And if the mind wanders, the breath can be used like an anchor to bring it back to the practice. Release the breath visualization now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body's feeling warmer and warmer. The body feels as though it's lying on the warm sand on a mild summer's day. Feel the warmth on your skin and the sun on your face. The body's feeling warmer and warmer, like it's lying on the warm sand on a mild summer's day. Release the feeling of warmth now and replace it instead with a feeling of coldness. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels as though it has been swimming under a waterfall, a cool waterfall on a hot, hot summer's day. The body feels like it's swimming underneath a cool waterfall on a hot summer's day. Release the feeling of coldness now, replacing it instead with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels so heavy, it feels like it's being cradled and looked after by the earth. It's being supported by the earth. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. It's feeling comforted and supported by the earth. And release this feeling of heaviness now, replacing it instead with a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels as light as air. The body feels so light, it feels like it's barely touching the floor. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, like it's barely touching the floor. Release this feeling of lightness now and release all of these sensations completely, allowing the body to come back to its equal state. And instead now, visualize the space behind the closed eyes, also known as chittakash. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, or create the following objects and images. You are walking in a field on a very warm spring day, and you can hear the bird song in the trees surrounding the field, and you feel the warm earth beneath your feet and the smell of wildflowers and cut grass. And you walk into the field and through the trees, and you see a little clearing in the field, and in that clearing is what looks like a picnic blanket, but it's very soft and cushioned. There's no one around, and you feel the need to lie down, and the blanket is very supportive as you feel the earth beneath it, but it's very cushioned. So lying there, you feel the warm sun on your face. You smell the beautiful scent of the flowers and the grass, and you hear the birds, and you feel really connected and joyful and at peace as you close your eyes and allow yourself just to be. You don't need to think of anything or be anywhere. You can just be. And that feeling of peace and release of just being allowed to exist in a beautiful moment in nature is something that really nourishes you and your soul and helps you to remember what is really, really important. And taking this feeling now, it's time to come back to the mat. But remembering this feeling, you can carry this always in any situation to help to give you whatever you need that will nourish your spirit and your soul and your body and your mind. And so now, with this feeling within you and lying on your mat, it's time to call to mind your Sankalpa. Mentally, repeat it 3 times now. And allow the breath to deepen a little now in the body. And as you do this, just observe the movement it creates. Observe how it moves the back against the floor on the inhalation. And check in with your body now and observe how you feel compared to how you felt at the beginning of our practice. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to remember the details of the room where you are, the color of the floor and your coverings and your mat. And begin to hear the sounds around you. And remember the world attached to those sounds. And remember the time of day. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to gently externalize. You may like to bring the knees to the chest to release the back, or even raise the arms above the head for a full body stretch. Whatever you need right now to nourish your body, please do that. And taking your time, you may also like to roll onto the right side for a few moments. And whenever it is right for you, there's no rush, gently come up into a comfortable sitting position. But just taking your time and doing what your body needs right now. And in a comfortable sitting position, keeping the eyes closed or downcast and really trying to maintain this peaceful state that you've created throughout the class. And we'll again bring the awareness to the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame and the warmth and the glow of that flame, nourishing every cell in the body, nourishing the mind and nourishing the spirit, and just allowing you to feel that for a few moments. And we'll now chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude the practice. So breathing in, Om, 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 Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om, Hari Om Tat Sat.